I call this the Southwest Gauntlet, man. This is back when I was growing up in the Southwest area, 84 Hickory Street, Rock City, New York. Growing up back then in the 80s was different. It was really different because if you got in trouble, and it's just not fake what they say. If you got in trouble, that means you got in trouble with everybody on the block or in the neighborhood. They would know about it before you got home. And on your way home, guess what? You was going to get an ass whooping. You was going to get hit some kind of way. Something you wasn't going to make it. It was like a gauntlet back then. So it was like Halloween, I remember. Because I wanted a Incredible Hulk mask so bad. I just begged my mother for a Halloween mask so bad. And me and my boy William was like, yo, you get you a Halloween mask, I'm going to get you one. We're going to be Incredible Hulk twins for Halloween. But anyways, that day we was out there playing and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was Halloween. We getting ready to go trick-or-treating, but it was still during the day or whatever. And we was out at the little park. It's called Calvary St. Andrews. All the kids was out there playing. Back then you could still, we was like in first grade, I think it was. Yeah, it was like first grade. Back then, all the kids, could walk around the neighborhood freely. There was no problem with it. So anyways, we all out there playing or whatever. And I get chased by this girl, and I kind of like the girl or whatever, I think her name was Shantae. Every girl back then name was Shantae. But anyway, she was chasing me, and her friend kind of got in the way. And when her friend got in the way, I pushed her friend. And she got up and got sassy with me. And instead of me just apologizing, I just said something I heard. I mean, I've never said it in my life. It just came out because everybody was watching. And when she said what she said, everybody was like, ooh. So then I knew I had to get, tough with a comeback. So my comeback was, bitch, please. And everybody was like, what? What did you say? I was like, bitch, please. Oh, it was on right there. I'm thinking ain't no grown-ups around who gonna prove this shit. But y'all ever see Michael Myers or Jason when people talking and shit, they just standing there and you don't know they standing there? I look to my motherfucking left, and to my surprise, Miss Inez, aka Granny. She was like our grandmother by marriage from my uncle, but she was like our grandmother though. She was standing right there with her hands on her hips. She just looked at me and said, "Come on over here, boy. Come on over here, boy." So everybody was like, ooh, and you get that little shrug where your head move and your shoulders move and then your whole body moves. I said, oh my God, that's it. I get around the corner, and before I can get to her house, there's an orange house on the corner of Hickory and Ashland. Miss Tilly lives there. And she makes me look up to her window, and she's holding the phone and said, I heard you too. I'm on the phone with your mother right now. I said, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. That's when the gauntlet starts. So she puts down the phone, runs downstairs, slaps me in the back of the head like 4 or 5 times. You know motherfucking better. Wendy will kill you. Get your ass home. But she don't know Miss Inez saw me too. So now I got to walk around the corner to Miss Inez, who she never had to spank me or hit me before or reprimand me. So she was surprised. But I did know she could give out ass whoopings because I saw my cousins, Cedric, Elvin, and Tisha them get ass whoopings by her. So I knew she was a pro. So while I'm walking up there, I look back to see if Miss Tilly went in the house. And when I turn around, there she is again, like Michael Myers staring right at me with a switch. So I wouldn't go up on the porch. She told me to come on around here. I came around to the banister. Hold your hand out. Hold your hand out. And the switch, you know, I thought it was a little switch, but she had like a big, long-ass 5-foot switch. So she tried to hit me with it, and I moved my hand real quick. And then she said, stick your hand out. And she said, you got one more time to... And that's when she struck. She tricked me and shit. But I swear that thing went all the way up my arm and wrapped around it, and it felt like 10 strikes. I mean, damn, she hit me so hard with that thing, man, I almost called myself Kunta. She said, now go on home, boy. Now go on home. So, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the long way home. She ain't telling me to turn around, so I'm going to just keep going down the street. So I'm thinking I'm going to walk around the corner. And once again, the Michael Myers theme song hits again. Because I'm just walking with a blank stare, just walking. And all of a sudden, standing there, looking over the bushes, just staring at me, is Aunt Carol. Aunt Carol. I've gotten ass whoopings by her before, so I know it's terrifying. I'm hoping she ain't heard about it yet, but apparently, Miss Inez called the whole planet. So I get up to her house. Aunt Carol just, when she gives me this look, she was one of them, like one of the few women that just by looking at her, just made me feel like, okay, I need to tell her the truth. I didn't even need to tell her. I walked in the house. She just tore my ass up. Basically, you know what this is about. You know what the fuck this is about. She could cuss real good. I mean, she could cuss real good. Samuel L. Jackson ain't got nothing on her motherfuckers. Aunt Carol was good at it. Anyways, she tore my ass up. One thing about Aunt Carol is after she whooped your ass, she used to try to feed you all the time. Like, and she always tried to give me SpaghettiOs and shit. Like, I was just like, I didn't die. You want another ass whooping? Anyways, get back to Pumpkin and Popple House now. I'm like, damn, I done already got 3 ass whoopings on the way there. And I'm taking a long way. I should have took the short way. These bitches crazy. I ain't mean to call them bitches, but damn. You know when you a kid, you say that shit in your head. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Papa ain't home, Pumpkin home. If I could just get past them and just get to my room, nobody's gonna find out, or they can't find me. They won't know that I'm home. So I'm like, at least my mother don't know. So I'm like, it's all good. I'll take the long way. The police station is this way, so if anybody puts their hands on me, at least the police station will be right there. So I get up to the little police station on the corner, round it to come around, back around the Hickory Street. And I'm thinking I'm safe. And once I get to Hickory Street, before I could turn the corner, there's a brown or a yellow Nova. My mother had a yellow Nova. It was slowly creeping up on me. Once again, like fucking Michael Myers, driving like him. And it's my mother. And back then, they didn't have the automatic doors. You had to roll the window down. So she just rolling the window down. Get your motherfucking ass in this motherfucking car. And I'm like, what happened? Like, I knew what happened, but I just said, what happened? Before I could say that, I don't know, my mother had this thing about she could put like a Zorro on my face by slapping me, you know, in a Z. I don't know how she did it so quick. I'm like, what happened? Shut your motherfucking ass up. I heard about what happened. She was working around the corner taking care of some lady over on Hamilton. and heard about it. Now Hamilton Street is like 2 streets up. And I just so happened to take the long way, and she was coming back around to Selby St. Andrews thinking I was still there. And caught me walking down the damn street. So that means she thought she was going to have to take a half hour. It only took her like 10 on her break. She came to whoop my ass. So I'm getting popped in the back of the head and Zorro slapped in the damn lips and shit by my mother. She didn't have time to really whoop my ass, but them slaps, I'm telling you, man, my lips were still. So I'm like, okay, that wasn't that bad. I'm thinking it's over. She dropped me off. Ma, I'll be back to pick his ass up later. I'm going to deal with this again. Punk was like, oh, don't worry about it. We got it. So I don't see Papa's van, I don't see my grandfather's station wagon in the driveway. So I'm thinking, okay, ain't nobody really here. You know, I've had ass whooping by Punk and they wasn't too bad, you know, because she used that little soft slipper. But when I got up to the door, Punkin was like, hold on. It was like she was tagging somebody in. So I hear the upstairs door open up. And once again, standing up there, staring at me like Michael Myers, was Aunt Leary. And my Aunt Leary is handicapped. She's on crutches. But I swear, watching her come down the stairs in crutches, she would glide down the stairs in crutches, y'all. In crutches. She walked down them stairs like those were just extra motherfucking, you would rather her be with 2 feet. I mean, you would rather her not even be handicapped, because she walked around perfectly with them things. But anyway, she had a belt. You know what I'm saying? She had a belt wrapped around her hand. She came down the stairs, gliding down the stairs. Heard about what happened. Jacked me up, and Leary liked to jack you up and come down to your, she was like a psychologist with it. She liked to get down to your size and look you in the eyes and stuff. Before you lie to me, and she would ask you the question while she whooping at you. Before you lie to me, tell me what you did. It was like, damn, I ain't even get to say what the fuck happened. Tell me what happened. I mean, that's how she used to beat the truth out of you. I just told her I called up there and whooped my ass. Like 5 minutes. Man, that shit hurt like a motherfucker, right? So I'm like, oh God, it's over. I'm laying on the floor crying. She's like, go to your room. The Pumpkin is standing there with her purse. She had this little pink beaten bag purse. She's like, no, I need him to go to the store. And don't say nothing to nobody. Right? So I'm like, it's over. I made it through the gauntlet. I made it through the rain, through the sunshine and the pain. So I'm like, oh, it's over. Them ass whoopings hurt, but I made it. I took it like a G. So I decide, I didn't decide. I was told I need to go to the store. So I go to the store and I'm walking down the street and I get to the edge where there's a pathway that you walk straight, glide to the store. Right? So I get about a quarter way in the pathway and I look back. I look back and I thought I saw somebody, because all day, all them ass whoopings like Michael Myers ass whoopings. I thought I saw somebody, but nobody was in back of me. So then I get halfway there and I see a bald head and it's just stopped right there. But really it hasn't stopped. I just haven't seen it come up over the little hill. And I look and I start rubbing my eyes. I'm like, is that my grandfather? Why is this nigga walking like Michael Myers? He just walking, his shoulders ain't moving, and he never walks anywhere. He never walks anywhere. And his station wagon wasn't there, so how the fuck is this nigga what the fuck is going on? He's just pacing himself like Michael Myers walking towards me. But all I can see is his head come over. Then I see his shoulders and I keep walking like, oh shit, I better get to this fucking store before everybody in the neighborhood, all the neighborhood kids see me, because he might be coming to whoop my ass. But he couldn't know. He could be just taking a walk. So all of a sudden I see like, you know, his forearms come over. He's not walking with a stride. He's just walking like Michael Myers. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? And it's Halloween. So all of a sudden I get to the street corner where I'm supposed to cross to go to the street. I look back and he finally made it up over the hill, walking straight, and I see him holding the rubber hose. Oh my God, and it's not a used one. It's a brand new one he done cut down from the damn basement. So he can wrap it around his fucking hand, and when he swing that motherfucker, it whistles. I said, oh shit, there ain't gonna be no fucking escape. There's no escaping. Actually, I could have ran for my damn life, but I was like in the movie with Michael Myers. He was just walking like Michael Myers towards me. So I go to the store real quick. I'm telling the guy, you know, Gregory Street. His name was Gregory, the Gregory Street Market owner. I pay for everything. I get Punker stuff, a bag of chips and a Pepsi and all this stuff. And he's on the phone. And she gave me like $2 or something like that. And he's on the phone, 5 and 5 and 10 and 5 and 10. I slammed the money on the table, took that, keep change. Thank you, Mr. Gregory. I walk outside, he's right there, like fucking Michael Myers again. Right there. Before I knew it, one hand was in the air. My grandfather, I don't know where he possessed this strength at, picked me up with one hand. I was still holding the bag, tore my ass up right there in front of Gregory Street Market. And you could just hear the wind coming off of that, from that damn rubber hose, just whoo, whoo. That shit sounded like motherfucking Star Wars laser blade and shit. What they call that shit? Lifesaver. Sounded like one of those. Woo, 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 but faster. Tore my ass up. Right there. Then made me walk home with him. And I'm just thinking like, what the fuck just happened? I took 1, 2, 3, about 4, 5 Michael Myers type ass whoopings on Halloween. Called it the gauntlet that day. I thought that was really like the worst day of my life and shit. I had never got so many ass whoopings that day. No child should have been through that. When I look back on it now and I just laugh about that shit. And it's a true story. That shit actually happened to me. And I was actually thinking like that too. Like, what the fuck is this? Some kind of Michael Myers shit? Especially when I saw my grandfather just walking. He was walking like, I'm like, what the fuck? And then my aunt was standing there with the corner like that. I'm like, they must have plotted this shit out. But no, it just happened like that. But anyways, all the kids met up that night and everybody was quiet and they all said, yeah, we saw your grandfather whooping your ass at the store with that rubber hose. So I was also embarrassed by the kids. But anyways, that's the end of that story. The gauntlet of 84 and a half Hickory Street. You don't want to get in trouble and let one parent see it, because every parent don't want to whoop your ass. Especially if your whole damn family live on the whole damn block. Peace.